If you're inspo tanks, and make no mistake, you've come to the right place. Just give to Neil the time to straight up blow your mind with a new show of Drawing a Blank.
Welcome back to Drawing a Blank. This week we're drawing the Queen of Disaster, everyone's favorite punching bag, the girl with big ears but a very little brain, Dovewing. Jokes aside, I really enjoy drawing Dovewing, and her design is one of my favorites. I remember that when I drew this design, it was one of the first times a smaller, thicker set character really clicked for me. I had always had a harder time drawing characters with short limbs. I found it much easier to draw characters more on the opposite side of the spectrum, tall and thin. So Dovewing will always be remembered fondly because she helped me break into a whole new realm of character design, and I love it. Round, soft, feminine characters are notoriously difficult to pull off, and it's one reason why even at Disney there are certain animators who get typecast to draw the heroines, because consistently drawing a pretty lady is actually quite challenging. And I'm definitely not trying to imply that my Dovewing comes anywhere close to being a Disney princess, but a lot of the same challenges are still here. With cute and pretty characters, a big part of the challenge is keeping proportions consistent and balancing a line between cute and childish. I don't want Dovewing to look like a kit, but I do want Dovewing to have a childish face. I try to accomplish this in many ways. Dovewing has large, round eyes, but not so large that they make her look like a child. Dovewing's large ears also help her not to look babyish, because most children have small ears and noses. Dovewing does have a rather small muzzle and large round cheeks to accentuate her young face, as well as a short neck and short limbs, but they don't look babyish thanks to how Dovewing holds herself. Her expressions and body language are that of an adult. But if I exaggerated these features even more, and maybe even made her a little bow-legged or simplified her expressions, she would probably look more like a toddler. So like I said, it's all about trying to balance on that line. I could have probably drawn an actual kit version of Dovewing to try and emphasize that point even better, but I'm already doing a lot of drawings of Dovewing as it is, so I hope my explanation is satisfactory for the time being. I'm mostly doing expressions of Dovewing today because I needed some extra art for my Simmy Speaks video that will be coming out later this week, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Drawing expressions is one of my favorite parts of drawing. It's definitely directly connected to my love of acting and animation. When I see a convincing expression, a character feels alive to me. Even if the drawing is subpar, a strong emotion can help hide that. I wanted to do some expressions with Dovewing that seemed natural and specific to her character. For example, even when Dovewing is angry, she's probably still adorable. Unfortunately for her, that also probably is the reason why characters don't take her very seriously, even when she's really upset. Her design and expression can be used to help make story elements around her stronger. Speaking of which, you might have noticed the blue eyes I've given Dovewing in a couple of these. This isn't a mistake on my part or a jab at the editing team for Warriors. It's actually a headcanon that's been going around that I really enjoy. I first saw this idea mentioned by Nifty Senpai on Twitter, so full credit goes to her on this. But the idea is that when Dovewing uses her superpowered hearing or vision, her eyes turn blue. I think this is an awesome idea to visually represent something that would be hard to communicate without text. Visual signals like these are great when adapting book characters into a different medium, like animation. Of course, Dovewing wouldn't be Dovewing without her relationship to Ivypool and her relationship to Tiger Heartstar, so I did drawings to represent her relationship with both of those characters. Ivypool and Dovewing stand facing opposite sides, with Ivypool looking hurt and suspicious, and Dovewing looking sad and guilty. Ivypool looks bigger and more threatening compared to Dovewing, but we see from her expression that she mostly seems bothered rather than angry. Dovewing and Ivypool can't see each other's expressions though, so both remain unaware of each other's true feelings. Tigerheart and Dovewing, however, stand together as equals and share the same enthusiasm towards each other. Dovewing should technically be a bit shorter here, but I wanted them to be looking eye to eye and not have Tigerheart looming over her, so just assume that Dovewing is standing on a rock or something. And of course, a silly little drawing of Tigerheart Star and Dovewing blasting their boombox because I have a joke in my video that needed a visual. Enjoy! And thank you for watching this week's episode of Drawing a Blank. Like I said, all of these drawings were made for my next Simi Speaks video I plan on releasing this week. But if you're one of my $10 patrons, it's already up on Patreon for your viewing pleasure. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back next week with a new episode. Please, stay inspired.